What's up? It is your boy Smith, and I don't even know how long it's been at this point. Why
are you looking at me like that? Stop it!
With you, like it's been a lot of shit going on in life. You know, life be life, and I had to go do my thing. If y'all noticed from the last videos, which is like it's literally only a few videos on this channel because this isn't like my main channel, or at least it isn't like the one I did most posting on or older videos. I got other shit, older videos on it. But today, you know, you saw the title. We're here for a story time, little story time. That's usually what I'm probably gonna post on these channels from now on, or at least this one. I'm also gonna have the reaction channels over at Smith Reacts. So, I know it may say I ain't uploading in like 7-some months or something, whatever it's saying, but hey, go over there. You know, it might be some videos uploaded by the time you get there. Go get to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, you know, hit the subscribe button here. We're about to build a new space, build a new creation, bro. We're just trying to get in here and do everything that we want to achieve. Let's do what we gotta do, bro. All right, so today's story time. It's kind of a hard story for me to come to the internet with and just to address in general, because it's not something I usually talk about or that I usually bring up, and if I do, it's probably with my wife. And this was a story about one of my roommates from my past. We're not going to use any names here simply because you could definitely look it up and find the information. So we're not going to use any names. Going to go with aliases. You just going to my bad, cuz the grammar just be a little. We're gonna go with some aliases today, you know. I guess to start the story off, we're gonna go with Chad, you know. This was me moving into a new apartment where I was going into a roommate that I already knew, and I was gonna have an extra roommate. Technically supposed to be 2 extra new roommates. I didn't know. I was just going to live with my friend, you know. At that time, I had started dating my wife at the time, you know. She was my girlfriend at the time, so we ended up moving in together too and everything. I had me, you know, I had my best friend, my female best friend at the time. We're gonna call her Rhonda, you feel me? Her and her boyfriend, it's like Rhonda and Joe, you feel me? I moved in, you know, me and Rhonda and Joe, then me and my wife. Y'all get an introduction soon, you know. Most beautiful woman on the planet, it'd be like that. So I think I'm in love. Like, yeah, we get there, we get settled in. It's a bit not what we were expecting. You know, we got to the apartment. It's like, this kind of looks like shit in here. They ain't clean up. They ain't stacked. They stacked literally everything on top of each other. Like you come in the living room, the TV stand is sitting in the middle of the room with one of the side tables on top of it, and then a chair is flipped on top of the TV stand. I'm like, what is we doing? Go in the room. Everything is on your bed. Your dresser is on your bed. You put my dresser on the bed, bro? What? It's cool, you know. That's just the beginning times. We had a whole lot of stuff go down in that apartment. More story times coming on that soon for sure. But yeah, by the time we moved in, we didn't get any new roommates that first day. Because we moved in like the very first day. We were just trying to get into the apartment. Because we were like staying with our parents and shit before that, trying to move in between like apartments and stuff. So we're just ready to get into our new place and everything. Next day coming in, you know, our roommate Chad comes in, and me and Joe, you know, get the first initial impression of Chad because my wife, I think she was at work at the time. Yeah, she was at work by the time we had got back. So I'm sitting here putting up the dishes, doing whatever I'm doing, you know, Joe over there in his room, just chilling with, you know, seeing what Rhonda got going on. Bro just walked through the room. The first impression was like, Joe looked at me, he was like, bro, tweaking that. I was like, bro, what? He was basically, you know, to say, bro looked like he might have done some kind of drugs in the past. Or like, when you see somebody with a very expressive personality, you just don't usually see that, and it's just like, who is this character, bro? You know, it was just like that. So eventually we greeted ourselves, you know, we started talking, and an incident went down that we are not going to talk about. It's none of my business to talk about, but some shit went on. It made me, Chad, and my wife end up getting a little closer. So it was just us going throughout that time. Eventually, we started inviting other friends over, partying and shit.
What am I doing?
It was college. We were drinking, smoking, doing whatever, just having fun, having good times. We had a lot of good times. I remember vividly. we were drinking Hennessy one night, and this man was teaching us how to shotgun. He came back to the house with a pack of fucking Twisted Teas. He was teaching us. He was like, "You got to shotgun that," and I did it. Me and my homeboy. We can call him John. Me and my homeboy John did it. It wasn't the most successful, but we did what we had to do. He looked at my wife and asked her to do it. She was like, "No, it wasn't even for a shot." She was like, "Take the shot." She was like, "I don't want to take the shot." He looked at her dead in her eyes. "If you don't take that shot, your kids are gonna be slow." And I looked over him. I'm like, "What?" that has me to do with it too. I'm like, "Bro, what are we doing here? Like, huh?" It's cool though. It's alright. She took the shot. She didn't necessarily like the shot. Eventually we ended up going out. She was drunk. She stayed there with John. Helping him do what he needed to do. Bro was fucked up, to say the least. So we went out to get a cookout. This man, I'm fucked up. Personally, right? I'm in the back seat. I'm like, maybe I can drive. Don't put me in the driver's seat. Cool, right? I'm chilling in the back seat. It's all good. While we in the parking lot, or we pulling around the drive-thru, and y'all know how the cookout drive-thru be at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, especially if you're in a crowded city. They be in there. So why this man Demetrius, bro, I gotta pee, bro. He didn't drink all that much because he, for one, he was a designated driver, and he was just like, he wasn't supposed to be drinking just in general. So bro's like, "I gotta pee. Can you hop in the driver's seat real quick?" I was like, "Want me to drive?" I mean, I guess, like. So bro, I'm like, "What the fuck he gonna go pee at?" This man put the car in park, hopped out of the car. I hopped in the driver's seat. I see him running around to the forest. Not no speed walk, not no walk. This man hit a sprint there. I'm like, he gonna piss on himself. And I'm like, I got this. I'm chilling. We in the car. We good. So I go to pull up a little bit. Damn. Where bro at? Bro, I can't drive. I forgot how to drive. It was fun time, great times, We had already known from his dad that he had bipolar disorder when he had came in, and it was some explanation to why he didn't smoke and drink with us, how we usually would, simply because we know that could affect his medications in some way, and we just didn't want that ourselves. Eventually it came up to the point where he disappeared, and he literally just vanished out of nowhere. Not a trace, not a sound, no nothing. And me and my roommates were talking about it, me, Ron, and my wife were talking about it. I was like, y'all seen Chad? And I was like, you know what? I seen Chad when I was coming in from work the other night, because I was working at the Walmart distribution center at the time. I was getting off at like 2 a.m. in the morning. So I'm pulling up to the apartment. Somebody pull up right beside me. I was just chilling in the car, not knowing what was going on. I got out of the car, walked to the house. I looked over. Chad? Bro, just sitting on the trunk of the car, just staring. Like, he literally just like, I'm like, "You good, bro?" He was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm good." I was like, nah, I'm not good. He was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I was like, and that is what makes me, that's something I can really say I regret a lot in this story, not being there and being like, "You sure you good? You sure you don't need no help? You sure everything all right?" That was a couple days before he disappeared, and you'll see why my reaction is the way it is, with the way the story went out. But it's like, that's just the last thing that I remember happening. My wife, Rhonda, didn't see him no time after that, but we had already had contact with his dad. We had his dad's number and everything from the time he had came over. So it was just like, my wife had called his dad, and it was like, "Do you know where Chad at? We ain't seen him in a while, like he just disappeared. He ain't came back to the house. He's like visiting you or anything like that." And literally his reaction was just like, oh, yo, didn't hear? And we were just like, hear what? You know? Obviously, especially like black people, like the reactions we already like, so what happened? You know, we ready for the tea. Like, what's going on, bro? Like it's all over the news. We went over to the internet. We looked up Chad's name, you know, first and last name. We got greeted with a mugshot and an arrest video and an article on telling us that he had taken his grandfather's life
And proceeded to try to kill his dad too.
and proceeded to try to take his father's life as well. And this was, I know I've been a little giddy throughout the story, but I feel like I can feel my internal side getting a little more serious with the story just because, you know, I had to live through the shit.
Give a trigger warning.
You know, trigger warning, just in case. This is why I don't want anyone going to look up the story. I don't want anyone going to look up their own personal opinions because the reminiscence of the story, like when we saw it, when we learned it, basically he murdered his grandfather with a blunt force object, and they had a video of him getting arrested, you know, tased, because something we came to figure out from that article that his dad never told us was that he was not only bipolar, he also had schizophrenia. And later going to check his room, to clear out his room of all the stuff that was in there, seeing all the medications that were around that he was supposed to be taking. It was an alcohol bottle on his desk, just a big empty bottle of vodka beside a wine punch bottle. And we were just like, damn, we don't even, it kind of gave us the realization that we were cool with him, we were friends, but maybe we weren't seeing everything that was going on. Like maybe we were just like, maybe we could have learned more, maybe we could have seen more, maybe we could have helped. And also, you know, with him going into that manic episode, attacking his grandfather and taking his life, and also then going to attack his father before he could escape and call the police, we also had to think on that point of like, what if that was us, you know? Unfortunately, because he did live with us, he did have time with us, and from the way the article explained it, he went into a state where he did not know who he was. We looked at him in that video and it was like, that's not Chad, bro. I didn't recognize who that man was. It was scary, bro. It was a very scary sight, and it was just like, damn, this is like very surreal. This is kind of depressing. I don't know how to feel. Like we were literally just put us into like a state where it was just like walking around like, what the fuck just happened, bro? Like this is crazy. Us knowing him as a person, we were there to defend him in a way, especially with the video starting to surface around on YouTube, people making their assumptions and just saying, oh, you know, he thought he was hard and he got showed that he wasn't, you know. And I'm just like, well, it kind of made us mad. It kind of made us defensive. It's just like, y'all don't even know, bro. Like, y'all ain't never met this man a day in y'all life. Y'all just looking at a YouTube video of some shit that's happened, reading the article, and then making your own story about it. And that was, I feel like, something that made us back off from the situation, because we didn't want to necessarily be in that like that. It was like, I don't want to just have to go online and be like, oh, but y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all are talking about. We tried our best to hold ourselves back because we know there was just random people that didn't know the situation, didn't know exactly the mental toils and struggles that people go through. Just the shit that life brings you, bro. Just like the shit that you can't figure out. And then, not even tell you, you know, the shit that we figured out from the article beforehand. I just feel like I can't even say it because that might give away the story, and then I have to, you know, have a bunch of people searching up stuff in the section. I mean, we just don't need that. It's all right, you know. The conclusion, right? We worried for over a year. We wrote letters to him while he was in jail. You know, my wife wrote him just to, you know, let him know he was still in our thoughts, and that we didn't forget about him. And just because, you know, you did this act that most people are going to see as absolutely like horrible, it's just like, that's unforgivable. It's just like, we don't know the full story, so we're not going to judge you. Like, we're not going to be here and be like, oh, you're just a monster, you know, you just did that for no reason, and that's just the story there, you know. It's just like, we try not to be those type of people, especially being that person who knew that person. Like, I don't, it was a lot, you know, it was a lot to react to. It was, I felt like, we all felt like we had put in like we were in some kind of fucking movie or something, bro, and we were just like, lawyers fucking calling us, you know, seeing if we had any information. We cleaned out his room to make sure his parents come get his stuff and everything, and it's a whole lot more to the story that I won't say I won't feel comfortable telling, but it's just realistically not my place to tell. I wanted to tell this story from my perspective, from how I experienced it and how it made me feel, and just, you know, share it with y'all, share it with my audience, and just to be like, so y'all can get to know me a little better. And we're probably gonna have these story times a little occasionally, probably like every week or so, maybe every 2 weeks, you know, not every 2 weeks, my bad, y'all, 2 every week, you know, like, maybe drop some skits on the channel too, you know. Now a nigga be funny sometimes if y'all fuck with me like that. I don't know, but yeah, I think telling this story in a way helped me get a lot off of my chest. I've told it to a good bit of my friends, or not even a good bit, just a few people that I've met over the times, and then I've gotten close enough to be like, well, you know, this event happened to me, and yeah, that, you know. So I was just like, I want to share the story more. I actually want to talk about it, but I don't want anyone all in their business trying to see what's going on with the case or nothing like that. So just, bro, stay on your own business, bro. You heard the story from me, bro. Y'all don't gotta be PIs. You do not have to be your own private investigator. You don't gotta go see who everybody was and some shit like that. It don't be that serious sometimes. Just, you know, take the story for what it is. You'll hear it and listen to me. Just tune in for more videos. We'll be back next week, or, you know, go over to the reaction channel. We got more videos over there, or we got some skits dropping soon. Hey, watch out for me, you know. We gonna be here. We consistent. We here. We on the grind. I really want this shit. I'm sick of stalling. I'm sick of holding back. So I just want to thank y'all for watching. If you made it this far, if you want to leave a like, subscribe, share, you can do all of that. And I will see y'all next time. Until then, it was your boy Smith. Peace.